What up, what up, what up, what up? Excuse me, y'all. I got to clean my glasses, but we back at you with another episode of Straight from the Chair. It's your boy Marcus, the barber with the bow tie.
And I'm Brice Davis of Brice Davis Media.
And we're here at Icons Barber Salon, 313 Beauty Supply.
So over the week, late night show, Jimmy Kimmel got suspended because he had some remarks about Charlie Kirk's shooter.
Suspended or canceled?
Suspended.
That's good.
I mean, I don't really know for how long.
Right.
I don't know if it's on hold. I actually don't know what's going on with that. There's another thing they're saying is that Disney lost $4 billion in stock. You know, I'm seeing that on every website, but I'm still not really seeing a credible source over that. But they did say that the subscriptions went down dramatically over that. So the people definitely are mad at Disney because they own ABC for getting the show off the air. And all he said was something about Charlie Kirk shooter, like how MAGA or Trump supporters are disassociating themselves with him.
Well, I mean, according to the clip, the show, he was just being funny and sarcastic and humorous about Trump's response to his shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it really wasn't even that inflammatory. It was more so a shot at the president.
Not Kirk.
Right. You know, he got a little more taste in that, even though in the past he's been known to do some stupid shit, you know, like blackface and all that. But anyway, bottom line is the freedom of speech. I do believe that, you know, the First Amendment right to be able to say what you want, but that doesn't save you from consequence.
Yeah, no. I think that in comparison to many other countries, we have the ability to protest. We have the ability to challenge the government, and that's, you know, where the heart of the First Amendment is. But don't get it twisted, man. They call it the cancel culture for a reason. You know what I mean?
Was just about to say that.
It's like,
yeah,
we can get that shit off. Like you said, we might spark the flame, but 9 times out of 10, we're not ready for the forest fire. You know what I mean? Like, so as far as us compared to other countries, man, yeah, we can say whatever we want to say. And I don't know that that's a part of free speech. Like, because they're like the whole cancel culture will cancel you because they weren't satisfied with some shit you said.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. In this country, we do have the right to say what we want. Now, in other countries like Korea, you know, more of a dictatorship, you say something about the leader, the president,
get your head cut off.
Yeah, it's over. It's the head chop. So, yeah, you can say things. Now, like I said, there will be consequences.
Right.
Like, you can talk crazy to another man. He puts hands on you. You had the freedom to say what you wanted to, but then, you know, it followed up with hands. So, you know, and that goes the same for companies, I like to think. Do you believe you should be terminated for what you say? Because in Xinjiang, they said there was 2 teachers that got terminated or suspended, paid leave too, for having remarks about Charlie Kirk. To me, one of them wasn't even that inflammatory, but there were still consequences for speaking on it. And to me, that's cancel culture. Like, we're not even trying to educate people on why we're doing something to them. We just immediately
get
out
rid
of
here.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's an intimidation factor, a power, a control. You know, it's a flex, man. You know what I mean? It's a flex. It's to show you that you aren't as powerful as you are. It's a move to humble you, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, we see it with athletes all the time. It's like, oh, you don't want to kneel behind the flag?
Right.
It's like, you know how many people I'm sure wanted to be beside him? I was like, no, I can't do that because you see he's out the league. Like, yo, we ain't trying to mess nothing up on that end of things.
Right. And I don't even know if his purpose was served.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, out of all that, and now he can't play, was his purpose really served? Did the culture benefit from? I
don't know. But he did pay for that.
I was just about to say that. Right.
And shout out to Kyrie Irving too, because that's another brother that he let it fly too.
Right.
And Jaylen Brown, if I remember correctly, he didn't sign a deal with Nike because he would have lost his freedom of speech.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely respect Kyrie and Jaylen Brown. Them two are a little different.
Shout out.
Yeah, they come from a different type of cloth. You know what I mean? With that said, though, you think that being a public figure or celebrity You should
You
be
be reading my mind, bro.
You should be held to a higher standard.
You know what? I would like to say no. I would like to say no because even whether you're a basketball player, a rapper, or a politician, or the neighborhood barber, man, you're in front of the public all the time. You know what I mean? And you like to be yourself and not have that and not be prosecuted for your vices because no one's perfect. You know what I mean? But ultimately, yeah, man, we definitely have to consider who's looking at us and what we're showing them. You know what I mean?
I don't even think being a role model is a choice. But somebody's gonna follow you. Like Lil Wayne, somebody's gonna follow Lil Wayne.
Success warrants envy. Success brings admiration. Success inspires people, man. So you're gonna be a role model by default if you're good at what you do, you know?
But should we be attacking them, like holding them accountable for what they do and say? Because Lil Wayne was saying in a heartbeat, I'm not a role model. Like, you need to father your own kids. Like, they shouldn't be looking up to me.
Right.
Which I agree to some extent. But there's a small part of me that feels like there should be just a slight little pressure to...
Well, that's where the culture doesn't want to be responsible for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a part of the agenda. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I use my influence to make motherfuckers be great?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I use my influence to help propel somebody from a lower level to a higher level?
Wasn't that what Tupac was saying in a lot of his interviews? It's like, yo, we need to start doing better. We need to start being like, because he was on that type
dichotomy,
time.
though.
Yeah.
Tupac was the perfect dichotomy. Like, he was a thug and an intellect. He was poised and a turn up. Like, you know what I mean? He was composed and the motherfucker was reckless at the same time.
Yeah, he was with it.
Like, yeah.
Because I seen the narrative online when they tried to say Tupac wasn't what he said he was and he wasn't a thug, but it's like, yo, random people just don't shoot undercover cops. I hear what people be saying, like, oh, there's old videos of him not being, thuggish like that, but like, yo,
I will bust on your ass if I
the proof is in the pudding, the history's there. At the end of the day, it's always gonna be narratives. It's whatever you want to believe, and that goes for everything in life, man.
True.
Narratives.
It's important not to make sure we view things in context, you know what I mean? Because shit can be skewed, perception is a motherfucker.
That brings the next topic that we definitely gotta touch on. Dallas State University down there in Mississippi. A man named Trey Reed, he was found dead hanging from a tree at the university. And we all know about Mississippi. We all know about Arkansas. We all know about certain parts of the South as a black man that's had history with lynchings, especially Mississippi.
Right.
They're the worst state when it comes to lynching. They had the most.
They had the most lynching in the world.
So the story is, he was found dead, and when they did an autopsy, they said there was no foul play involved. Like, he just hung himself from a tree, and that's what's being reported. Like, come on, man. And we all know better than that.
We gotta know better.
Like, was it really self-harming? Like, did he really just delete himself?
We gotta go. We gotta know better.
Yeah, so, they hired a private autopsy to be done. That's something that I just learned about, too, is whenever you have a loved one and it seems like they just randomly committed an act of self-harm or self-deletion, then you might want to, if you got the bread to do it, hire to get a private autopsy investigation done to see what's really going on, because I didn't know this, but there's been a history of federal autopsies conflicting with private ones. So, that's just something to go look into. They try to say that, he didn't have no bruises, no bones was broken. He didn't have no issues with people. But to think that somebody would tie a noose, for one, to know how to tie a noose is something else. Like, I have no idea how to grab a rope and tie it to an extent to where I would just stop breathing.
I was just trying to see what race of men has the highest suicide rate in America.
And that's another good point, is whites are damn near twice as likely to commit suicide as blacks. I don't really think it's in our, I don't want to say culture, but we weren't really raised to take yourself out. Not saying that whites are, but.
Well, our struggle has been different. So we have a different level of coping. than most people because we've had to put up with so much.
Yeah.
So it says, according to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, American Indian and Alaskan Native males have the highest suicide rate in the United States, followed by non-Hispanic white males. The highest rate of suicide, it goes to the American Native and the Alaskan
I
Indian.
could see that. Because, in Alaska, they try to say the sun's not up as long.
That makes sense.
In the state of Washington, they say had the highest suicide rate. We know
the rain.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just shooting the dark with natives, and I don't know if it's alcoholism, how serious that is with their community.
Shit, it can't be any more serious than it is with ours.
But I heard it's bad in Alaska. I heard it's real bad, but I'm not too sure.
Right. That should be depressing up there, is being in the dark for 6 months. So just that alone, man, this kid was a college kid.
And how do you get up in a tree? Like, you got to grab a chair. Do you get help? You call your boys up? Like, hey, yo, somebody lift me up.
Was there any evidence of how he climbed in the tree?
Not that I know of. I know they're still waiting on toxicology report. So, in a way, we're waiting on that. And, the private autopsy, which may tell a whole conflicting different story.
So say this, bro, like on some real shit. Like, if he did hang himself, which I doubt he did, what is that saying? Like, that someone will go to that extreme to commit self-harm. Like, when you delete yourself, that's the ultimate self-harm there is. You know what I mean? Like, what makes a college student, what was he, 20?
21, something like that.
What makes a 21-year-old male hang himself? That's a violent way to die, bro.
And there's so many, I don't want to say better ways, but there's so many other ways to do it to where it'd be like more over like that rather than strangulation. I don't know if it's considered that, but to where you can't breathe and you slowly losing oxygen.
Right.
Like, that's more of a painful way, I imagine. Sure, you pass out, but it takes a little minute to pass out.
Man, look, and your body is hanging, your whole body is hanging off your neck.
Yeah.
Your whole body is hanging, so your spine starts to pull apart.
And, like, you would have to research how to tie a noose, and, like, you would have to look into... Who knows how to...
Right, that's a skilled trade.
Yeah.
Tying nooses, that's a skilled trade.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, on some real shit, like, say he did hang himself, in these days and times where suicide rates are increasing, the identity crisis is growing. Men and women are identifying as other things, man. And I think that causes some mental stress that can make you want to off yourself. You know what I mean? I think it's important to understand what it means to have self-love. You got to do things to show yourself you care. The same things you do to show a girl or a lover you care, you got to do that for yourself. You know what I mean? Take yourself out to eat. Take yourself out to the waterfall.
So self-love, exactly what it says, like self-love, like loving yourself. And that could be having boundaries for people.
Right.
That could be your nutrition, what you eat. Because anybody that loves themselves, if you love your own body, you're going to do what you got to do to take care of it. That's a way of showing self-love.
I was going to get it. That was one of my major ways to express how most of us don't show self-love.
Oh, yeah. So, like with me, right, I don't eat 100% clean, but my breakfast and my lunch is pretty clean.
Right.
But when it comes to dinner, yeah, I'm slacking there. But for the most part, I'm always consuming fruits, water, things of that nature.
Same here.
Yeah, so, that's just a different form of expressing self-love. And self-love can be just taking care of yourself, like not letting yourself go. You know what I mean? Like, we're older, like, if you guys stay in shape, you want to take a walk, do something.
Right.
Just don't let yourself go. And people, I think they treat you based off of how you treat yourself, right? So, like, if you're walking around, you just got on a bunch of dirty clothes and, not from working, and you just completely out of shape, you don't comb your hair, you just look crazy, like, people are less likely to probably be nice to you. But if you, like, take care of yourself, groom yourself properly, sometimes you ain't got time to, but if you do, like, I think people treat you a little better.
Agreed. Yeah, you definitely get back what you put out. You know what I mean? And it starts with you. But no, I do agree that self-love, I mean, you know, people damn near call you conceited or arrogant because your self-love is so confident. You know what I mean? You're so filled with confidence and self-awareness. So, you know, I like that. I would prefer someone see that in me than see what I've gone through, so to speak. You know what they say, I'm glad I don't look like what I've gone through. You know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and another thing, like with me, what's it called, a manicure or pedicure when you get your nails done?
Mani-pedi,
Yeah. Growing up, I always thought that was feminine for men to do, and as I've gotten a little older, I actually see that more as self-care.
Right.
Like self-care, taking care of yourself. Like, it's not feminine to take care of yourself.
I mean, normally we have our women, not we have our women, but normally your woman would like to do those kind of things for you anyway.
Yeah.
You know, do your nails, file them down, clean up under them, your feet, that kind of thing. But if you don't have a woman, you definitely need to step out and just feel loved on. It ain't nothing like having some hands on you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And surrounding yourself with positive people too. Self-love. Like, you just hang around people that's bringing you down all the time, just draining you of your energy.
Right.
Like, shit, if you love yourself, you ain't gonna put up with that. Like, hey, not today. Not today. Gotta stop them. Like, hey, yo, today I'm just gonna be productive. You about to hit me with what you got going on that's been going on for the past months.
Right.
And you ain't did nothing different. Like, yo, not today.
I'm good.
Yeah, so, you know, just putting a stop to things like that.